Hey, all you cats and kittens, welcome back to my channel. I don't know what I'm thinking. Hey guys, it's Cauliflower. Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I know. What kind of an intro was that? Well, today I decided because I am having such just a impulsive day because I believe that I've been in my house way too long, even though, I'm pretty used to being in my house. So this whole quarantine thing is really nothing new to me, but personally, with everything that has changed in the last year or so, it's like an on again, off again relationship. It's like, will she or won't she? Is she going to be able to be out in the world or won't she? But, and anyway, I'm really not trying to make light of this. I'm just here today to do a fun video for you guys. So I decided, well, Cauliflower, what haven't you done in a long time? And that's basically, I haven't put drugstore makeup on my face. And I have a box of stuff that I just got from Mercari, which if you don't know what that is, it is an app, a selling app where you can buy and purchase off of anytime, anything your little heart desires. I'm going to do a full face of that stuff that came in the mail. Basically, it's all drugstore and it's pretty much all one brand. So we're going to do that today because I just feel like just having a sit down with you guys, having like a chatty session of me putting on drugstore makeup and probably screwing it up because you all know how I do with my videos, that basically anytime I go to film, something goes wrong. So if you need a distraction, if you need something lighthearted, this is the video for you today. Just wanted to say, I hope you all are staying safe and that you're staying home, you're staying away from people. I know, especially for us socialites. It's a hard thing to do, but really it's for your benefit, and that's about all the seriousness I'm going to get into this. So who knows what I'm going to talk about? I'm just going to start getting some stuff here. So here's my box of stuff. As you can probably see inside of here, most of it is Revlon. Why did I do this? Well, again, out of boredom and because I haven't done a drugstore video on my channel in so long, I decided, okay, let's give Revlon a shot. So I do have mostly Revlon in here. There's a couple of other not Revlon products in here. There's a couple of other drugstore name brands, what have you. So I have all my brushes here that I'm going to be using, which will be sitting next to me. I guarantee a lot of them will be falling throughout this whole video. And we're just going to jump right in, like right. Hey, all you cats and kits. Okay, so the basis of my face today will be from Revlon Candid. And I have tried Revlon Candid before. I think I might have had a review. I don't remember. I don't remember what I felt about this, to be honest with you. It's been a long time. I have two colors of the Revlon Candid. Now hear me out and why I have these two colors. When I purchased this stuff, it was all in a makeup lot, and I didn't notice that this particular product was the same thing. I thought it was like a bronzer, but I am going to be using this as a bronzer today. So I'm starting with the Revlon Natural Finish, and my color is in 120 Buff, and then I'm going to be using number 560 in Espresso for a bronzer. This should be fun. And then I also have the concealer, which is in 060 Deep Peach, which actually comes in handy. I have tried this once or twice already, but I do have another concealer. I'm just going to tell you as I go along. So we're going to start with the foundation, which is the Candid, which, like I said, I haven't tried this in a long time. So we're just going to go in. And I have my brushes. I have my wonderful little Yeo Twin makeup sponge that I've been talking about on my channel like religiously lately. Your last two videos. Okay, so here we go. All right, so how have we been doing? So I'm just going to go into a little bit of what's been happening. Okay, sorry about that. I just keep getting interrupted with the phone. So basically, my first week in quarantine, if you want to call it that, it's basically my job is an essential job. I did say that previously in another video. But the first week they heeded with the governor's warnings and they stayed closed. And then I also found out that through my boss that one person did contract the coronavirus. I'm probably gonna get demonetized. They did contract the virus, and some of us that were working were possibly exposed. So right away, that set off my panic mode because even though I didn't have direct contact with this person, I was still in the building, and it kind of freaked me out. So I had already been quarantined a week from when this all started. I stopped working probably around March 8th or 9th. And then, the following Monday was when everything started to go. And since then, I found out that potentially somebody did have it. We were exposed to it. So my boss was closing for another week, which would have included the first 5 days and then the next 5 days or 7 days, however, and that would have been the full 14 days before they decided to reopen, which is basically what they did do. During that time, I had received an email that a coworker had also contracted the virus. So again, basically that means that we're quarantining for, and they were in the building the same week. They had the same exposure to the other person that already had gotten it. So basically that meant that my ass was staying home. And I have been, knock on wood, pretty good. For somebody who has a past with respiratory issues, for somebody who basically has anxiety disorder, and somebody that, like I said, has been home for a long while before I, went back into the workforce. And, with everything happening, it's just like boom, 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 boom. So, all right, I'm done with this. I'm done with the first okay, so I'm done with the first application. I think that's good enough as far as coverage. It seems to look pretty decent. I know I'm talking and probably not paying attention to anything I'm doing right now. Anyway, so I have been home, and my daughter has been home since obviously the 9th of March. We have been told now that schools will be closed straight through till the end of April. What happens after that, I don't know. So she has started online schooling, which is another stress. So everything is touch and go. Right now, I do live with two people that are essential workers. One who's working for the post office, another who's in healthcare. So again, we all are feeling the effects of this pandemic. It's a daily thing. And all I can say is we're taking it day by day. Thank God everybody is healthy. Thank God everybody is doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is staying out of, crowded areas and not going to places unless we have to, which is very interesting these days because it's like ghost town until you hit a supermarket or what have you, and then all of a sudden it's like people don't understand what 6 feet apart mean. Anyway, okay, so now I'm going to go in with this concealer, which is in 060, which is not my color. It is deep peach, but I have used this now to basically take out or basically color correct. It's been kind of working for that, where right now you could see that like my lid looks almost orange. I don't know why. I think I have to turn this light up a little bit. And underneath I have a yellow tone as it is, but for some reason this has been great at color correcting. So I have been using it for that purpose. And then you'll see I will go in with another concealer for brightening. This is basically just for color correcting at the moment because, being inside and not being able to really be out in the sun or anything of that nature, I'm paler than normal. And I usually get some color around this time, around this season. This is my favorite season. If you guys didn't know, spring is usually my favorite season going into summer, which normally I hate summer, but now I kind of look forward to it, especially after all of this pandemic stuff. I just really hope and pray that we can at least during the warmer months alleviate a lot of the spread, and maybe we can cap it. I know that there's been such a high toll, especially here. I live in New York, so we're in the epicenter of it all. New York City, where my home was, where I was born, we are, it's devastating. I don't even want to go into numbers. And listening to it on a daily basis is extremely, extremely depressing. So anyway, let's get out of that talk. Let's move on now. I also have this from Almay. This is the Straight Up or Smart Shade Skin Tone Matching Concealer, which it says Straight Up Medium. I don't quite know what that means, Straight Up Medium, but it's supposed to acclimate to your skin. So I'm curious. I'm going to just put a little of this on my hand. See, it looks pretty light, so maybe I can get away with using this underneath as a brightening concealer. So if that's a medium, I'd hate to see what fair to light is. Holy hell. So I'm just going to dot a few dots underneath my eyes and basically just go for that as a brightening. And let's see what happens. Let's see if it actually brightens up anything. So, what else is going on? Oh, and, okay, it's not bad, actually. It actually took away some of that yellowish concealer, which I try to use as a color corrector. Like I said, I'm trying to just use my makeup as I have it. What was I saying about anything? I probably wasn't. So, okay. Now, I've been thinking since I've been home, it's funny. When I wasn't working and when I was constantly home and really thriving into my YouTube channel, or else I thought I was thriving, I did a lot of filming. And ever since I've been home, I've done very minimal filming in between all of this because, once you get involved in all of the stuff going around you, and, trying to keep everything afloat, it's kind of hard to put your thoughts toward distracting others. In a sense, I do have a platform where I basically can sit here and chatter away and be a distraction for others. And it's been very difficult for me to be in that frame of mind thinking, oh, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to film? It's basically, who cares at this point? It's just something to do. So that's why I decided today was the day, because I haven't really been filming. Even prior to all of this pandemic stuff, I haven't been filming. I've been, in my whole mindful journey of trying to get myself through some difficult things that have been going on. And even this year, I've had some difficulties going on. I just recently, about 2 months ago in February, early February, I lost my grandfather. Who was about 90-something years old. He had very bad dementia, and I did not get to see him or anything of that nature. This is my father's father, by the way. So it was very difficult at the beginning to hear about this, but there's so much family stress. It sounds really terrible that I kind of cut myself off, but I had to for different reasons. Right now, as it stands, I don't really see where I can honestly say, and I know that we're going through a very traumatic time, but I don't feel I can honestly say, like, I have a family on that side that I basically can correlate with, and we're just going to leave it at that. So that's been a big stress. However, one positive thing did come out of all of that, and that is that I got reunited with my half-brother, which my dad had way, way later on in life. And I had met him when he was very young, and we somehow had some communication over the years. But now we're in full communication where he calls me and we FaceTime. And so it's kind of funny how things went. So anyway, I'm, again, talking too much. Okay, so as far as face powder is concerned, this didn't come with the box. I was at Rite Aid and I was walking around, and, we still have the capacity to do that in very short spans of time. And I went over to the clearance section, and I noticed a lot of Choly products being clearanced out. So I saw this Choly blush up, and it has 3 different powders, which to me looks like a, just a fair powder. Then we have this that could probably be a contour, and then we have the blush. So I'm thinking I'm just going to use this today. I'm not used to really using powders at all these days. And this has like a little pinky tone to it. So I'm just going to go underneath where I just did that concealing, and we're just going to use that and see how that works out. So it's been good to be reunited with my brother. It feels good to be able to talk to him about a lot of the things that we weren't able to talk about before, and kind of sort out my dad's passing, which I think is also something that helped me in this whole situation. It's funny when one thing is wrong and then something else kind of just opens itself up to be dealt with. So we've been doing a lot of talking about my dad and kind of dealing with some issues. After my grandfather passed away, a lot of his items were left at his old apartment. So my brother actually went over there and retrieved a lot of stuff that was still there of my dad's as well. So again, I don't know if you guys remember, or if you've never followed me before, a while ago when my father passed away, I did request to take his stuff that was out of, that he was living in my grandfather's apartment at the time when he was living there and taking care of my grandfather. I wasn't able to retrieve a lot of the stuff because of family and issues and situations of that magnitude. All right, so as far as bronzer is concerned, I am going to try and go in with the Candid Foundation in Espresso. This is number 560, and we're just going to see how this goes. This could go terribly wrong. This could go maybe right, but we're just going to see how this works out. And maybe if it, oh my God, that's dirt. A little dark there. Maybe not. Okay, that is dark. I'm just going to try that. And I'm going to go in with this. This is the BoxyCharm set that we got a couple of months ago in our boxes. I'm just going to, try to blend this out. Maybe contour a little bit. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that might be a little too dark. That just might be a little too dark, but we're going to work with it because I already started it. Anyway, so my brother was let back into the apartment because my grandfather's second wife had still been occupying the place. So he was able to go there, and he was able to retrieve not only some of my grandfather's items that he had wanted my foundation. Do you see that? That just took off, that just took off my foundation. So maybe using the brush is not a good idea. We're just going to fix that, and we're just going to do it with the makeup sponge because the brush just took off most of that. Yeah, this was probably a foolish thing to do because this is obviously not my color, but we're just going to go with it. Because we started it, we might as well finish it. This will just be a very dark contour for today. So I was able to get some personal items that my dad had left, like his Yankee jacket and, pictures and, his bowling balls and things of that nature. Just things I wasn't able to get before. So I was grateful about that my brother was able to go back and we could have at least a little part of our history back that we, should have had. That's a whole other story I don't even want to get into. Again, like I said, if you've been following me on my channel, you probably have heard the story when my dad did pass away and where he ended up being buried and, and all that nature. And I don't want to get into that either. Okay, so that's all blended in. It didn't do too bad. It started to take off some of my foundation, so I'm going to go back in with the foundation just a little bit because that was just not a smart move. But again, it's me, so here we go. All right, so just going to cover up that area because that was not smart. And I'll tell you something about this. I like that it blends in very quickly. So I think I did like this foundation. I just didn't like the fact that they promoted it as an anti-pollution, because where is the scientific, where's the scientific results in that? And I'm starting to sound like, you know, I don't even know what, but honestly, I just didn't understand the marketing of the whole thing. So, all right, we're going to blend that all in. Blend this in a little bit better because I still see a little bit of that. This side came out really, really good. Okay, not too bad. Gave myself some warmth there. All right, so now I'm going to go back into this Choly palette, and I'm going to go into the blush part. This palette, by the way, is called Rose Glow. So I'm going to go into the blush part of it, and I'm going to take my Malamar. I call her Malamar. It's the Alemar brush, and I'm going to go in and just put the blush on my cheeks, which this is a very nice color, and look at that. Okay, so anyway, I said I wasn't going to talk about serious stuff, and here I am. But the point I'm trying to make is, you know, while you're home and while things are going on, you know, there are other things that you can work on, that you can possibly mend. And I'm just grateful that, you know, I have somebody else, you know, in my life again that I never was able to have before. So, and it's great to have a half brother, and he's a pain in the ass, but I love him. I'm only kidding. It's really nice. You know, I have to get out of my whole like hermit type of thinking, because sometimes even prior to the pandemic, I basically was like that person that was like, oh, the phone's ringing. Like, yeah, I'm not picking that up. The life of the life of just somebody who is an extrovert and a introvert all at the same time. All right, so that's good enough for the face, which I'm pretty okay with. I'll just even bring it up here a little bit. And I look like I have a little bit of color now. Now the sunlight is coming through, so now you can see a little bit better. I still don't understand why I've got this like yellowish stuff going on top of my eyes, but again, we're gonna just go with it. All right, let's move on. I have this from Revlon. This is also the Color Stay eyeliner in black. I did not bring in a eyebrow pencil, and I'm afraid because I think I've tried this before, and I don't know if I even want, oh yeah, no. No, we're not, even though I have dark. Well, you know what? I might just do this as a base and then maybe go back in with some brown powder. Maybe we'll just work out with that. So I am going to, oh boy, I'm going to attempt to be very light-handed with this and just try and fill in my brows. I don't want to go too harsh because we obviously know that this is a black eyeliner, not an eyebrow pencil, but I am trying to be as light-handed as possible. I can't even believe that I'm doing my brows on camera at the moment. I just really can't. But you know what? That's not too bad. It's actually not that bad. So see, sometimes even when you don't have what you're used to and you just grab a bunch of products, you never know, you can work it out to where something can work for you, regardless of the fact that it's for another use. But hey, that's how we all, you know, that's how we all kind of just hone in, and, you know, you don't necessarily have to worry about going out and buying products or ordering products. You can just, you know, shop your stash. This happened to just be one of those things where I was like, you know what? I just want to start going back to my drugstore roots, and that's what I'm doing today. So back into my drugstore roots, we're going where it all began. And, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. Of course, I don't have a spoolie with me, so I can't really comb this through at the moment. But it's not too... And that may be on camera. Who knows what this is going to look like in a mirror. I could probably look over and be like, oh, you just did something I don't like. What was that? All right, let's see. What else do we have in here? Oh, I do have... I thought I did have a spoolie in here. I kind of fooled myself. I do not. Do you you have a spoolie at the end of this? No, you don't. No, you just have this little brush. So we're just gonna blend this in as best we could. So, hey, maybe I'm just going for the whole lacquer look. Is that what the new eyebrow thing is? Apparently it's to look like they're patent leather or something of that nature. So that's what we're going with today. I'm going for the lacquer look. Yeah, it is a little too dark for my liking, but hey, what you gonna do about that? All right, so the next thing I have as far as the base everywhere, we're back, and I'm going to now go in with highlight, which this right here from Revlon, their Skin Lights in number 202 Twilight Gleam, I have tried before, and they compared this to the Anastasia Amrezy. I'm just gonna show you what it looks like, and then I'll give you my opinion after. So I'm gonna put this on my brush right there, right there, right there. And we're just gonna go in with that. Let's see. I think that is so pretty. I was a little skeptical about this color because I figured it'd be a little bit too dark, but I really love what it looks like on the skin. And as far as Amrezy is concerned, I was never a fan of the Anastasia Amrezy. I have tried it several times. I have never been too thrilled with it. So to me, the comparison, yes, it does look like it in the pan, but I think this particular one is just done a little bit better. That's just my opinion. I know I'm going to hear it because a lot of people like the Anastasia. I get that. I really, really do. But I'm into the Revlon a hell of a lot better than the Amrezy. That's just where that's going to go. So good on you, Revlon, for that. All right, as far as eyeshadows are concerned, I only have... Okay, now we're going to be going on to eyeshadow, which I don't have like a new palette or anything of that nature. One color of eyeshadow did come into this box that I purchased, and this is from Revlon, again, Color Stay, and this is the color number 75 Pistachio. So I'm going to be using this, but I'm going to go back into Koki, and I'm just going to use like a little bit of this powder in the middle just to kind of give it like a base to go to put the Revlon color on top of. So again, didn't prepare any of this, just I told you, just going in with it. It's a poor man's way of doing makeup, if you will. All right, so oh my goodness. So let's talk a little bit about the Tiger King, shall we? The popular Netflix documentary that everybody and their brother is talking about and, you know, posting memes and just, you know, repeating lines from. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, I did watch that. And all I can say is I will never be able to get back those 7 episodes of my lifetime. You know, it didn't surprise me the way it ended up. And if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm just going to say that it didn't surprise me the way it all ended up, because to me, every character featured in that entire documentary, to me, I think they all should have ended up where Joe Exotic did end up. But it's kind of funny that they reopened the case with Carol Baskin, you know, feeding her husband to the tigers, because I think that's what she did. And there's a lot of hypocrisy going on in there, and just a lot of grandstanding and who did what, and they did one version of it, and the others did another version of it, and they're against that, and it's just so much craziness, chaotic hypocrisy. It's kind of like watching YouTube, so no different from that. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, if you are looking to laugh, you definitely will. But if you are like me and you're an animal lover, but you also have an ethics and a moral code, I wouldn't sit through it. I just wouldn't. You know, it's funny. It is funny, and it begs to be made fun of. It does beg to be made fun of. But any old way, yeah. So there's that, and that was why I said what I said in the beginning. Why am I having a hard time opening this? Okay. So this is the color. It is quite stunning. for a pistachio green. And I'm going in with, what brush is this? This is from Ulta. It's just a regular, no, that's the wrong brush. That's not the brush I want to use. Of course, I don't have a flat brush. So I'm going to use my finger. Why not? We're just going to go in and use my finger. It looks very pretty. So this is like one of those one and done type colors because it's a shimmer, obviously. Is it going to show up the color? I don't know. I do not know. We're going to go in again with it. So, no frills, basically. No frills. We're just doing our makeup just to sit here and stay home together. Okay. These do remind me of the Maybelline color tattoos back in the day. When I first started YouTube, those were so popular. I had so many of them. I'm trying to see if there's an actual color to this. Can you guys see? Like there's a little bit of a sheen, but there's really no color. I'm going to go in with a little bit more. Now it's kind of picking up a little bit, but these are a lot, how do I say this? A lot more slippery than I remember color tattoos being. Color tattoos, those things, once you put those things on, those things were on. And I think I put a little in my inner eye. I'm just going to put a little there and just keep it there. I mean, it's a pretty color once you build it up, but it took a little bit of building up to do that. Okay, moving on to, I did it again, mascara. Now I've talked about this mascara before on my channel. This is the Revlon Ultimate All-in-One. I've talked about this mascara before, and I've talked about it being one that I could not stand, that I basically said it did nothing. Even though the packaging is slightly different than before, I don't know if the formula is, but this was not one of my favorites. But we're going to go back and we're going to try it again because sometimes you just have to give something a second chance. Like, I'm the best. Okay, all right. What I don't like about this is it's very piney, like pine needle type things. Like it feels like it's sticking into my lashes and I don't quite enjoy that feeling. So you just have to be careful you don't stick this in your eye. That's if you decide to go back and go old school like me and pick this up because, I mean, there's so many mascara options out there. Why would you? But in case you are a Revlon fan, you just might want to do that. I don't know. Ow. See, that's what I mean. Once it falls on one of those little like prickly things, it hurts. It literally hurts. Like, never mind if it's giving you any kind of length or volume, which it seems to be, but it's kind of just, it's hurting. Should I even go in with my bottom lashes? I'm a little afraid of going in with my bottom lashes, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it because we're doing it for the video. Doing it for you guys. Do it. Oh, I'm so afraid of this mascara sticking in my ball. I am. Oh, okay, no scent. I was like, oh, please don't tell me you have a scent, which means you're old and I'm applying a very old, decrepit mascara to my eyes. That's always good. Okay. Yep. Cabin fever. Can you just see? All right. That kind of gave it a little bit of like an eyeliner look. That's always good. All right. It's not bad. It kind of look like the manga. Oh my God, the manga lash by... We are back and we're going to finalize this look by applying some lipstick, which I do have one. This is from their Color Lustrous line. This is number 761 in extra spicy because that's what I am today. Definitely extra spicy. So we're going to go in with that, which is, yes, it's somewhat of a dark color. It's kind of pretty. Now it's kind of pretty. Ooh, actually, it's a lot sheerer than I thought. So maybe this might work with this look because it's a little, I don't know, kind of just light on the top and bolder on the bottom. That's all right. That's okay. I did go back in with the eyeliner, the Color Stay eyeliner in my waterline, just to, pick up this look a little bit more. But let's go in with the Color Lustrous, or whatever line I said this was from. And let's see. Oh, good. It's not like too... I was a little worried. It's not too dark. And that's what I was kind of worried about. Let's see. And now I didn't get a lip liner. It's pretty. It's really pretty. More of a fall color than it is a spring color, but we're just going to work with it. It is very, very pretty. And then I have this Revlon the Glow Super Lustrous Gloss, which I have tried, but we're going to put a little bit of that on here as well. Just a little, yeah, she's feeling it today. All right. I think, my friends, this is the final look. The wonderful one brand and a half Drugstore, which honestly, I'll tell you guys, I'm pretty impressed with it. It's not bad. Just basically coming off the fact that I'm using products that's I've used before but weren't really sure if I like them or not. And then, of course, things that aren't my color. But to work it into this, it honestly looks pretty good. I'm kind of digging on the blush. I love the way the highlight looks. I still don't get why above my eyes I've got like this almost gold color going on, because I have no gold whatsoever. Maybe if I shut this off, maybe that'll be a little bit different. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now you can see the eye color is a lot more visible as far as like the pistachio color. And I like the way my skin looks. It looks really healthy. It looks really, you know, dewy and all that lovely stuff. The eyebrows are a little much, but hey, you know, we worked it all out. So basically, not too bad. Not too bad for somebody who has been filming in quite a while and decided to do a drugstore get ready with me. In any event, guys, that's it for this video today. I know it was all over the place. I know that I just talk and I'm chatty, but it's good to sit down and film and talk to you guys. And remember that we're all in this together. I know that it's difficult. I know that we all say that and we kind of just feel like we're just not only 6 feet apart, but like worlds apart at this point. We're all kind of just hunkering down and really trying to save our lives, essentially. But it is going to be all worth it. I really believe that after everything is said and done, that we're all going to be a lot more appreciative and a lot more just careful with how we handle ourselves, handle our world, handle each other. Just keep that in mind, that we're all doing this for the greater good. So please be safe, wash your hands, keep that clean, keep yourself away, at least for now. And we're always here for you. We, being me, I'm always here for you. Like I said, I'm trying to just throw a distraction here and there for you guys. And I will catch you guys on my next video, my next adventure, my next wonderful, chaotic nonsense.